Hello and welcome. My name is Annette and this is Project Refine Life. And I'm here to review or to share the Earth Alchemy Oracle. This is a 50 card deck along with a guidebook. It's been created by Katie Jane Wright and illustrated by Nikki Strange. If Katie Jane Wright sounds familiar to you, that is because that is the same creator as the Spirit Animal Wisdom deck. So if you're familiar with this deck, there are a lot of similarities between the two. So you have the elemental energy, you have a keyword. So it's set up very, very similarly. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about how this deck comes packaged. So it comes in this very nice little box, and this is crooked only because I put the stuff back in here crooked, but it has the little notch holes. It's a nice sturdy box. And inside it has the guidebook, which fits snugly into the box. And also the cards fit very nicely into the box. They don't really get stuck. I don't know what I did wrong when I put it in because they really don't get stuck. But as you can see, the cards aren't going to slip and slide anywhere because the box is created really, really nicely. So I love it. I love it when a deck comes where all the cards are together, not separated in one box, and the book, even though I love a chunky guidebook, I love it when the book comes included and fits right into the box. So all kinds of pluses for the packaging of this deck. Okay, so as I stated, it is a 50 card deck and guidebook. And then we'll get into the rest of it in just a moment. So first, what I want to do with you is share just a little bit about the guidebook. It has just a few things in the front of the guidebook, the introduction, a ceremony. I love it when decks come with a little ceremony for welcoming your deck and working with it. And then working with the medicine, the symbols, the color rays, card layouts, and then it gets right into the description of each and every card. There are no photos on the guidebook of the cards, just gets into the description. But there are also no numbers associating the card and the guidebook, and it is not in order. All right, so let's go ahead and just do a quick flip through. These are the backs of the cards. They're really pretty. It just comes plain, so I'll probably end up just, taking my Crayola marker and going to work on it. So let's go ahead and begin going through the deck. So now that we've gone through each and every card, I do just kind of want to talk about the deck. So when I got the deck, I was a little confused because, and I'm going to take a sip of my tea here, because I assumed that this was plant and crystals, but you know what they say when you assume. So yeah, I assumed incorrectly, obviously. It is not just plants and crystals. It does have this Fey energy element to it, and I just wasn't expecting that. It has some dragons here and there throughout the deck, and that came as a little bit of a surprise to me. Now, I don't normally work with Fey energy. It's not that I'm against it or anything like that. I don't associate Fey energy with cute, nice little beings that are here to bring us flowers and sunshine. I don't see the Fey in that way. So, but I don't work with it, you know. So if I'm incorrect, please let me know. I didn't have that association with the Fae, and the way that everything is presented here, it kind of made me feel that. Now, I love the way that the plants are associated with the crystals. I think that is really, really pretty. And I think the art is just beautiful. And there are some things like right here, Pixie Helpers and Green Adventuring. So there's your little Pixie Helpers right in there. But I just wasn't expecting it. Now, another thing is on the description of the cards, when you're looking online, it states that there are 3 suits with 15 cards in each suit. Now, looking at the guidebook, as you can see, I made some little marks here because I was trying to figure it out. What are the 3 suits? It doesn't really tell you in the guidebook what the 3 suits are. But according to the direction, or not the directions, but the description, when you look further, it says plants represent growth, flowers discovery, crystals depth. So I'm assuming based on that, that those are the 3 suits: plants, flowers, and crystals. But there's no distinct notification on the deck or indication which ones are included in which suit. Now it states also 15 cards in the 3 suits. So you would assume that you get the 45 cards plus maybe the additional 3 suit cards, but you get 50. So I don't know where the other 5 come in or the other 2 come in. I'm not quite sure. Don't let me confuse you on this. I think the deck is really pretty. See right here, we have a dragon up there. I don't really work with dragons either. So here we go. Here's another one. That's sound and color, but you know, they're kind of, it states in the guidebook also that the Fae is kind of worked into the deck, and it's it's up to you to discover where they're at. And if you discover them, then they'll come and work with you at night during your sleep. And I don't know, I just wasn't really expecting that. But overall, I really like the art, the visuals of the deck. And I have to say that one of the things, oh, see, now here's unicorns. If you like unicorns, that's cool. I don't really do unicorns. So I don't know if I missed it, if I just didn't understand. See, like right here, there's like, I think that's a creature right there too. I think that's like a little dragon right there too. But there are a few things about this deck that I really, really like. So I may go through here and just, I don't know, I may take some cards out. I may just learn to work with the deck the way that it is, because there are some of these that I just really love, like Candle Quartz and Bleeding Heart and Pearl and Larimar. I mean, there's some really pretty ones. See, but if I take this one out, then I'm taking out the opal. So I'm not quite sure. I do like some of these things, like the ferns. My mom had ferns growing on the side of her house, and I could see, you know, like the whole fairy thing here. So I'll have to kind of really discover this card and see if I see anything when it comes to the ferns. And this was like, this is the first card that's mentioned within the guidebook, is Sacred Garden. So based on that, I can see like you're stepping into another world. You're awakening your consciousness. You know, you're having that deeper connection. So it is really more of like a magical earth grounding, earth alchemy, true earth alchemy type deck, but it involves more than plants and trees and flowers and crystals. It is more. It has Fey energy and also that dragon energy as well. And I can see how those all fit. I just, like I said, I just was not expecting it. Now, selenite and willow tree. This is another one that kind of took me for a little bit of a loop because it says, on the key words here, it says rites of passage, dreams, and support. And I don't really view selenite in that respect. I view selenite as more of a clearing energy, but I can work with that. So here we have Mama Cacao and Rondonite, which I love. Because I work with cacao. So as you can see, I just brought some cacao nibs. I didn't bring up my ceremonial cacao because I didn't want to put it out there. It's ceremonial, so I don't want to do that. So I brought up my cacao nibs, and then I brought out some Rondonite because I love the fact that they're working with those two together. I've never seen cacao mentioned in like a plant deck at all. So that was one of the things that really drove me to this deck. I loved the idea of that and the energies together because that is definitely something that I work with together. See, here's another dragon here. They're cute, guys. I'm just not, I can't really say that I'm into dragons and fae. Maybe they'll grow on me. Maybe I'll start working with them based on this particular deck. I don't know. I'm looking for another card here that drove me to this deck. And let me see if I can find it. Of course not. Let me try it again here. So, you know what? While I look, let me just show you. This is a tougher cardstock. Like it's a little thicker. And I don't I don't shuffle well. If you've seen my channel before, you know that I'm an overhand shuffler, and it has to be like pretty special cardstock to make me look like I know how to shuffle, because I really don't. So let me see if I can take a look at this. But you know what? If you are good with shuffling, you might be able to handle the deck just fine. It is a little bit thicker than your RWS and about the same height. So if your hands can handle that, then you'll be okay with this particular deck. Okay, so this is the other card that really drove me to want this deck, Fulgurite and Rosebay. And it says acceleration, change, and shamanic wisdom. Now, Fulgurite is definitely something that I work with and something that I don't really see in other crystal decks. So I was excited when I saw these two decks. And Fulgurite is created when lightning hits sand, and then it forms these tubes. So it's activated sand, as you can see, and then you can get it and you can blow through it. It really helps for activation because of that charge. So it really helps for activation and manifestation, and then you can, your breath is very powerful when it comes to your practice, to your workings, and blowing through the Fulgurite is an amazing way to activate anything that you're working with. So those were a couple of the cards that really got me interested in getting this deck. And I do like the art. I think that it's beautiful. I do like the way that the plants are involved with the crystals. I love the crystal grid in here. It's overall, it's a really nice deck. There was just a few cards that kind of shocked me a little bit. I just wasn't expecting that. But, I read a little bit about it, but I don't really recall anybody really saying, oh yeah, it has Fae in it and it has dragons. I don't know, maybe I just didn't watch enough reviews on this deck. There was another one in here, and it was about the magical mushrooms, which I love because I love Maria Sabina and the work that she has done. Here it is. Mushroom Magic, Exploring the States of Consciousness, Untapped Potential. I love that. So, like I said, there are a lot of cards in here that I really, really like, and some of them that I'm just not used to working with. So that's it, guys. That is my walkthrough of the Earth Alchemy Oracle. If you have anything that you can add or kind of enlighten me a little bit, I would appreciate it. I'm just not used to working with some of these energies. So I thank you so much for being here. And as always, I wish you love, joy, and happiness from my heart to yours. I will see you later.